I don't see Zuma agreeing to be expelled. Yengeni says ANC addressed Zuma not like a family man. Former President Jacob Zuma is unmoved by his expulsion from the ANC, so says his representative Tony Yengeni. However, the former ANC president does not understand why, after serving the party for so long, it wanted to take him to a disciplinary hearing through a computer and not in person. Zuma was expelled from the ANC on misconduct charges for contravening the party's constitution by supporting, forming, and voting for another political party, the uMkhonto weSizwe party, MKP. According to Yengeni, they were shocked to learn about the outcomes of the ANC National Disciplinary Committee, NDC, on social media over the weekend. Zuma had appointed Yengeni to represent him during the ANC's virtual disciplinary hearing a week before last. He was initially suspended from the party in January after he launched the MKP in December, declaring that he would not vote for the ANC of Ramaphosa in the May 29th national elections. But on Sunday, the report disclosing Zuma's action was leaked to the media. In an interview with the Newsroom Africa on Tuesday, Yengeni said how everything was conducted was an indication of disrespect to Zuma because they failed to treat him like a family man. He feels they needed to acknowledge his contributions to the ANC and deal with him in a more family way than to treat him like a Malala pipe of some sort, he said. Msholozi is unmoved. He believes that the platform used to take him to DC is not the right one. He does not understand his own movement, which he served for so long, wants to take him to a DC through a computer and not person to person, so these serious issues that are confronting him are discussed between comrades. He said Zuma referred an in-person meeting, but the ANC refused. According to Yengeni, the ANC and DC had already decided on Zuma's fate even before the hearing could go on, and nothing was going to stop them. It was a take-it-or-leave situation, he said. Zuma had 20 days to appeal his expulsion, and it's unclear if he will challenge it or not, but Yengeni said he will wait for his call. This is despite Zuma saying he is still an ANC member and he will die one. He is deadly serious about that because he spent a lot of time in his prison and elsewhere fighting for this organization. This is not the end of the road. We are still going to travel this way for the longest time. I don't see him agreeing to be expelled by the ANC as a member, he said. Furthermore, ANC structures have welcomed the mother body's decision. Meanwhile, MKP has slammed the outcomes. In the meantime, James de Villiers appointed as spokesperson for Public Works Minister Dean McPherson. The Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Dean McPherson, has appointed James de Villiers as the new Media Liaison Officer and spokesperson in his office. His strategic appointment aims to bolster the ministry's communication efforts and enhance its engagement with stakeholders. De Villiers is a former journalist at News 24 and former spokesperson for Action SA. De Villiers will work with Lennox Mabaso at the office of the ministry as the Media Liaison Officer to enhance communication strategies for the department. According to McPherson, de Villiers brings extensive experience to his new role, having worked extensively in the communications industry. His background includes a career as a journalist specializing in depth and profile writing, as well as serving as a communication officer in previous roles. De Villiers holds a BA degree in Environment and Development, complemented by a postgraduate qualification in Business Administration. Moreover, McPherson said De Villiers is currently pursuing his master's in Business Administration and is expected to be completed this year. I wish to welcome James in his new role within the ministry, and I'm confident that he will perform his duties exceptionally well and amplify our efforts to communicate effectively to all stakeholders, including members of the media and members of the public, said McPherson. On the other hand, Minister Dean McPherson and Deputy Sihle Zikalala will test the unity of GNU. The litmus test on the well-being of the government of the national unity is to monitor the relationship between Sihle Zikalala and Dean McPherson. These two figures entered politics in KwaZulu-Natal at opposite ends of the national political discourse. Zikalala's first political role after joining the ANC in 1990 at age 27 was to serve as a councillor for the ANC in the Ilembe district municipality from 1996 to 2000. McPherson was elected as the councillor for Durban North in 2009 at the age of 24. He later joined the National Assembly in 2014 and is currently serving his third term. While McPherson's political trajectory has shown continued upward mobility, Zikalala's political career has been subjected to his party's mood swings. Appointed as an MEC in 2016 and Premier in 2019, his later resignation as Premier of KZN on August 5, 2022 was a direct consequence of the influential role Jacob Zuma played in the politics of the region. McPherson is particularly known for publishing two unsanctioned DA posters ahead of South Africa's 2021 local government elections. The posters read, "The ANC called you racists," and "The DA calls you heroes." McPherson later apologized for his role in the unsanctioned poster debacle. Earlier that year, on July 5, 2021, Zikalala was filmed physically assaulting a young man during the unrest in KZN. Despite the very popular Chris Papaz and the influential Jacob Zuma, Zikalala and McPherson have forged significant leadership roles in a very difficult province. Zikalala holds a master's degree in commerce, whereas McPherson is known to only hold a high school completion certificate. Zikalala was promoted to Minister of Infrastructure and Public Works by President Cyril Ramaphosa on March 7, 2023. McPherson was given Zikalala's position on June 3, 2024 by Ramaphosa, with Zikalala made his deputy. Looking at the numerous pictures of the pair, this is a humiliation that the now twice displaced Zikalala appears to find hard to swallow. What is more worrying than the career pathways of two politicians is the message this decision sends to the ever-rising political tensions in KZN. With 2026 being the next major test for the GNU, it is important that the Dean McPherson and Zikalala relationship survives the political fires of KZN. That its multi-potential messages of supremacy, education, and racism will be exploited by the likes of the EFF and MK is beyond doubt. But more dangerous is the issue of whether Zikalala will survive this. Will there be a moment where he will rise in anger or in courage to protect what the party did for him? Will he be tempted to seek a greater role for his skills and join the MK party in 2026 to possibly become their mayoral candidate for eThekwini? His political rise happened during the Zuma era, and he is known to have said that he never betrayed Zuma. How significant will the politics of woundedness be in 2026? We would be naive to underestimate the work that is already underway by the forces that seek to undermine this particular relationship. Besides the memes and jokes about Sikalala now being the better educated black working for his lesser educated white boss, the corruption cartels will be putting maximum pressure on him to give in to anger at what is seen by his constituency as a demotion. The Department of Infrastructure and Public Works is the heart of the economic revitalization of South Africa. McPherson rightly said it's the department that has the potential to turn South Africa into a massive construction site. Major infrastructure projects costing billions of rands that will create thousands of jobs are managed by this department. These two ministries will be the two people to watch as to how well the GNU and South Africa is functioning. Will the minister and his deputy, emerging from their fractious relationship in KZN, survive each other to get the department's failing heartbeat resuscitated? Do you have something on your mind or want to comment on the big stories of the day? We would love to hear from you. Please send your letter to alglet@inl.co.za. All letters to be considered for publication must contain full names, addresses, and contact details not for publication. And that's it from INJIBS Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.